Okay, you can see at the bottom it's downloaded and it says turn into a print. I don't want to turn anything into a print, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that out. I am then going to go down here to my file and I'm going to go to my downloads and it says copy of whatever. I'm going to double click to open that. And I am going to highlight both of those, right click and push copy. And I am going to go back to I have a Cricut folder for my business cards and stuff like that. And let's just make a new folder for this real quick. And we're going to say wedding business biz cards. Okay. Say wedding biz cards, and then we're going to drop those in there so they are not in a zip file anymore. Okay, so now since I have it downloaded to where I want it to be downloaded, I'm just going to make all of this small and I'm going to open up my Silhouette Studio, okay? And there's different other software compatibilities that you can use, but I use Silhouette Studio. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and we're going to work from out of here. Okay, so once you're in Silhouette Studio, all you're going to do is simply go up to where it says File up here in the corner, where it says File. Let me see if I can bring this close for you guys. It says File. Go ahead and click on the file. Go down to Merge, and this screen is going to pop up. Now, you can always go to your downloads and do it from here, but don't forget, we already have it in our Cricut folder. So we're just going to look for business sub design. Oop, let's go back. We are just looking for in a Cricut folder and we're going to wedding business cards and we're going to click number 1 and it's going to pop up on our screen. Okay, it popped up on our screen, but we have it orientated for a sublimation for our tumblers and we want it for our cards. So we're going to take our stuff and place it back up to this orientation. This is landscape and this is straight up paper orientation. Okay, so I just click from this one. I clicked on this one and have it upright. So for the business cards, these are actually right on the money for perfect size, except for this part, I like it to say 3.55 for our width. I like it to say 3.55, and for our height, I like it to be at 2.25. So in order to fix that, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to make sure that this is unlocked because this is locking it so it does not change the size, and I'm going to unlock it. On the width, I'm just going to back up and make sure it says 3.55, and on the height, I'm just going to make sure it says 0.25, and that should automatically adjust your sizes in there. Okay, so now that our size is adjusted, make sure you go back up here and you lock it back so that this size does not change no matter how much you mess with it, okay? So now what you're going to do is right click and then you're going to go to flip horizontally and it turns the card backwards. You must do this because don't forget this is sublimation and it's going to be printing on one side, so you have to mirror the image, okay? And then all I'm going to do is just duplicate this. Spread it apart. And then you can even just like highlight them all like that and duplicate, and it'll make 2. Duplicate, it'll make another 2. Highlight this one, duplicate, and it's going to make another set of 2. Okay, I got my whole page filled, and usually you can print out 8 fronts and 8 backs, or 8 per time. If you want to do 4 fronts and 4 backs, that's fine. But I usually do a whole page of fronts and a whole page of backs. It just works better for me. So now what I'm going to do is go up here to file. You can save your file. I'm not going to save this just in case I want to change it later. But you can go up here to file, and then you're going to go down to print. And it's just initializing, and this is what it's going to look like when it comes out on paper. And all you're going to do is just press print. Now, when you're doing this, make sure your printer is already set up to your settings. I don't want to give you guys settings to set your stuff up on unless you have the same printer that I do and it's a sweet spot for me. Find out what your sweet spot is for your printer. So now I'm just going to push print, and it's going to send it to my printer. Now, as you can see, it sent it to my printer, and it's printing out exactly what I asked it to, but in a mirror form. So you'll see that it's printing it out just fine right there. So it completely finished printing out the front, and let's lay this down and see how it looks. Look how beautiful that is. So now we're just going to go ahead and work on the back. So we have our front sheet completely printed out. We're going to do the same thing for our back. I'm just going to push that plus sign. I'm going to keep this up just in case I need some adjustments. I'm going to place the plus sign, and looks what happened. A new page comes up. So now we're going to go to file. We're going to go to merge. It's going to open up our stuff, and it's already right where we need to be. I'm just going to double click and have the back placed in there. There we go. Go ahead and bring it down a little bit so you can see it. Okay, remember it's perfect sizing if you want to go with it, but for me, I'm going to adjust it to my sweet spot. So make sure it's unlocked, and then I'm going to place this at 2.5, and then I'm going to place this one at 5. Okay, so now all the adjustments are made right there, and go ahead and lock it back into place. So now we've locked it back into place. Remember, before you do anything else, hit it and go ahead and mirror it by flipping it horizontally, and then go ahead and duplicate. Move this one over just slightly. Duplicate. Then I'm going to highlight both of them, and I'm going to duplicate all the way on down the page. Make sure you keep a good enough spacing in between all of them, so that you have a little bit of space in between your cards. And then you can go back and adjust if you need to. Sometimes you just don't get it right. Hold on. It flipped that horizontally. That wasn't supposed to be right. So let's flip it back. And now let's duplicate. Duplicate. There we go. And we have our back page. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we have the back page that we wanted. We're going to go to File. We're going to go to Print. It's going to initialize, and then we're going to go ahead and hit print down here. And then we're going to go ahead and send it to our printer. Okay, you guys, we are almost finished here. You see we have the back and we have the front pages for both of our both of our sheets. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and sublimate. So I placed the sheet with the front side of the cards right there for you guys, and I'm going to do a 4 and 4. So all I do is lay my cards right over this so that it matches up perfectly. I'm going to do the silver on one side, and I'm doing the white on the other, just like that. We're going to do it all the way down. Okay, as you can see, I've laid them down on my heat press. I have the metal or the silver on one, and I have the white on the other. I'm just going to take a piece of paper, and we're going to lay it right on top, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and gently close down our heat press, and it will automatically start the timer. So now we're just going to wait that out. Okay, so now our stuff is finished. You hear it beeping. We're going to slowly put a little pressure and bring it up slowly. And as you see, you just kind of leave that alone. We're going to go ahead and remove the top page and put this somewhere else. And then I'm going to take this and set it somewhere where it can cool. Also use mittens when you're getting this part out. So I actually have them all mixed together. I flipped them around. This is the front side. Can you tell the white from the silver? And we're going to go ahead and do the backs real quick. So once again, we are putting our sublimation cards on, but what we did was reverse it around and place the blank side on the bottom, and we have the top already sublimated. So I'm going to put this on top of this, and then we're going to press it down. And we are going to let it go ahead and start again. Okay, so it is done, and let's lift it up. Let's remove this off of here. Remember, the front side is already sublimated, so we're going to give it a few minutes to cool off, and we're going to take a look.